Let me catch my breath. Hi guys, welcome back to the Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl podcast. If you are a new listener, this podcast is a collection of visual/audio existential crisis thoughts from a chemically imbalanced black girl that just so happens to be me, and my name is Zaria. Welcome back guys. I missed you guys so much. It's so crazy how this podcast has affected my mentality, because I was going to take a much longer break because I mentioned a few episodes ago how just being on the internet and it's kind of affected me just how it always has, and I just wanted to stop for a little while. I did, and it was great, and I was just like, well, I know I should record an episode last week, but I didn't. I was like, I'm just gonna go an extra week without recording, just to not be on my phone, and also catch up on some YouTube videos and just some other stuff, and I clean my house, just stuff that I've been procrastinating to do. But then yesterday I went to check my analytics and stuff like that, because whenever I take a break, and I've done it before, it's not like this is the first time, but whenever I take a break, I always secretly look at my analytics just to make sure nobody hates me for taking a break, or nobody unsubscribed or something like that, because I'm just no, I'm coming back, just give me a second. When I checked my analytics this time, it was actually really, really nice, and it snapped me out of my mood to not want to record. So when I checked my analytics, just on Spotify alone, there was over 1,000 listeners for the months of May and June, and that was crazy. I couldn't believe that shit. I was like, oh my God. I didn't even want to check YouTube or Apple Podcasts. I was like, I'm good. That's good enough for me. So that's wild. A couple months ago, I was hype about, just having 400 and 500 listeners. And now, over 1,000 people have, been listening. And that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure it's because of TikTok. And you guys, I'm going to get back in my posting bag. This is just... like I said, if you're a new listener, you're literally listening to a content creator who hates, or I wouldn't say hate, I just have a really strange relationship with the internet, and I don't really like to be on it. So, this is not a facade. This is something that really affects me, and you're gonna get that in my content. Also, on YouTube, the last episode I dropped was a video episode, and that is on YouTube. And guys, I think almost every single one of my subscribers watched that video, and that's fucking insane. And I only have about 250 subscribers on YouTube. If you're listening to this and you haven't subscribed on YouTube, please go do that, because that's amazing how much. And I some people are like, 250, that's not a lot, but yes, it is, because that's how many subscribers I have. So it's the content that I'm putting out, you guys are watching it, and it makes me feel so good, because I'm just what? Why? Little me? Oh my God. But that made me really happy as well. Also, somebody asked me a question in my Instagram DMs, and it was a very valid question. And I wanted to share it with you guys, because I know a couple of you guys are also wondering the same thing. But she asked, why weren't the video episodes available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts? And I think I answered this question before anybody ever asked it. I just think I gave the answer because it's still the same answer. But like I said before, this is not a facade. You guys are getting my true personality and abilities. I don't know how to upload a video episode to the audio platforms. I'm not tech savvy at all. I know I've said it before. I cannot be more serious, guys. I don't know how to do this shit by myself. And if Elijah can't do it or help me with it, then it's not that I don't want it to get done. It just cannot get done. I can't do it because I don't know how. You guys, I don't know. I missed the boat of how to function with technology. And I was raised by two old ass people, My technology skills start and stop when I start and stop this goddamn audio recording. When I push the button for the camera to go on, and when I push that bitch for it to go off, that's where my skill is yep. It's well, we've reached the pinnacle. That's where my shit is just yeah, that's all I got. feel like, I don't know, not to toot my own horn, but like, I feel like that makes this podcast just a little bit more endearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody out here is a professional and shit like that. Everybody else got like fucking Z10-7 cameras and shit. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just, being myself. And I think that's cool because I'm not a professional whatsoever. And also, I think my generation was like the last generation that grew up without technology and shit. We were outside like playing with ants and crumping and shit, or slapboxing. We were not like on phones. I didn't have my first phone until I was like 16, and I'm not joking. I know some of you like, what the fuck? I had a phone when I was like 8. We didn't have it like that. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, eventually, we will get there, but right now we just not. So the video episodes are going to be available on YouTube, and I know there's a way to put the videos on Spotify as well, because that's like a new feature that they dropped either this year or last year. Girl, when I figure out how to do it, I got y'all. But for right now, I'm going to let y'all know when the videos drop on YouTube. I've actually been smiling the whole time I've been recording, and it's been like 10 minutes. But it's just because I just did not feel like recording. I just did not feel like picking up my phone today at all. And like now I'm just so excited to talk to you guys. I just miss you guys so much. I don't know, like this podcast gives me so much confidence. It's so crazy. And I know I say it all the time, but it's like so true. I'm not lying, I swear to God. That's why whenever you guys like talk to me, I'm just like, what? Oh my God. So before I get into the topics, I just want to say, I know there's like a lot going on in like social media and in the world, which is why my break was necessary. Because like, if you're anything like me, and I know you guys, a lot of you guys are, love y'all down, by the way, I just cannot handle a lot of shit, right? Because I just refuse to be like desensitized by a lot of shit when it comes to like just anything, right? Just anything negative. Like, I find it harder and harder to like stop that from happening. Does that make sense? Because like there's so much shit happening and all of it's awful. And the only way you can like not be pissed off every second of every day is this you just don't look at it. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a bad thing, because then you're not supporting, or you're not like being an advocate or whatever the fuck. And it's just like, bro, if I advocate for everything, I'm gonna lose my shit. Literally, I'm mentally gonna lose my fucking mind, because how much negative shit can I take, and can I advocate before I can't even talk. This is how much is affecting me, guys. Like, how much negative shit can I advocate for without that shit ruining my mental health? So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I just want to like give y'all the space and opportunity to just clock out of that shit. Like, I want this to be like the podcast, or just the piece of content where you can go to, where you can just like turn your brain off and be like, all right, Zaria finna talk about some traumatizing, crazy, stupid, funny shit, but it's not gonna like ruin my day. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I click on this shit, I'm gonna get a giggle, I might tear up, you know what I'm saying? It's something good is gonna come out of this content, you know what I'm saying? So we don't talk about none of that shit over here. And I know people are like, oh, you should, because that's how you get clicks, and that's what the world's talking about right now. I don't really give a fuck, to be honest with y'all. I really don't give a fuck what the world's talking about. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. Plus, what the world is talking about be making me mad and sad, and we already know Zaria got too much of those emotions already. So I just, if you are interested in that stuff, no ill feelings towards you, but this is not this is not the piece of internet. This ain't the corner of the internet where you're gonna like get it. So we're gonna talk, we're staying on like black people, like humor, trauma, like, we're staying in that realm. So yeah. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the show. Once again, this is the Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl Podcast. To all my new listeners, I'm very happy that you guys are listening. If I haven't expressed that enough, and I'm pretty sure I have, but just to drop it again, I'm very happy. Please, because I know I haven't said this in a while, if you're listening on Spotify, please rate the show 5 stars, because at this point, I just don't really understand why you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Not to toot my own horn, but like, somebody got to toot it. And I really wish it would be you. That's all I'm saying. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave a review. I would love for you guys to leave a review so that the people who search my podcast, when they click on it, they be like, this bitch, like, I don't really know about the title. And the episode names look a little weird. Let me read the review, see what's going on. Tell them what you like about it. Tell them, a favorite episode or something like that. Let the outside people. And I want to read it too. Because I like, give me a reason to cry. You know what I'm saying? Literally, you could just be like, hey, girl, I like that one episode. And I'll be like, oh, thank you. Once again, if you are not subscribed on YouTube, please go subscribe on YouTube. It's the same name, Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl. I do drop video episodes whenever I feel good enough. Also, I do have a Patreon, guys. The Patreon is going better than I expect. There are some videos I record and then I'm just like, I can't post that. I can't show that. I can't do that. But there are a bunch of challenges over there. Most of them end up me getting abused or in pain of some sort. I did the world's hottest gummy bear challenge over there. Absolutely blew my asshole and my esophagus out at the same exact time. If you don't believe me, please go over to patreon.com/CIBG so you can witness it for yourself. I was literally about to die. I'm not joking. All right, guys, let's get right into these unhinged ass topics. This first topic I want to talk to you guys about, I literally was having a conversation about this with somebody the other day, and it's just how prominent my lazy eye is. And for anybody listening that has a lazy eye, I'm going to ask you a very important question, because I know some people are like, yeah, I have a lazy eye, but it's just like, I think everybody thinks that a lazy eye means that one eye just gets smaller than the other, like occasionally. You know what I'm saying? Like when you squint or something like that, like one eye, like everybody's like, it's not just like an asymmetrical thing. Like it's like the literal eyelid and eyeball is just like downward forever. Like it's not just when you smile, or it's not just when you make a certain face, like it's forever, right? And I have that, right? And now everybody's going to go look at a picture of me and look at my eye. Please don't do that. Just believe me. But I seriously do, okay? To the point where there's been pictures I've taken where I try to put like I try to like crop down the smallest emoji over my eye just to like, please. I do want to ask a question to people who do have like a lazy eye all the time. Do you feel like you look like two different people all the time? Because I was looking at a picture of myself the other day, and lazy eye was obviously the forefront of the photo. And I was just like, one side of my face looks like a totally different person, right? But the other side of my face looks exactly how I think I look, right? I'm gonna tell you how I know this, because when I was a kid, I saw a picture of me, and I think it's when I first discovered my lazy eye. And I was like, why the fuck does my eyeball look like that? And I took one hand on the photo, and I covered one eye and looked at my face. And then I covered the other eye and looked at my face. And when I tell you it was two totally different bitches, I was like, oh my God. Because the one eye with the lazy eye makes the whole, left side of my face look different. Right? But then the eye that's like wide the fuck open makes me look like somebody completely different. And I'm like, who the fuck is that bitch over there? And every time I think about my face, or like if I'm like daydreaming or lucid dreaming or whatever the fuck, and I like imagine myself, my entire face looks like the side with the lazy eye. Isn't that fucking crazy? This should have been my existential crisis thought, but I don't have one today. But I guess this is it. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? If you have a lazy eye, do this, please. I promise you, it'll fuck your face up forever. Like, it's so crazy how just the openness, I guess if that's a word, of your eyeball changes your entire face. It's so crazy. I feel like when I post this episode, I have to put a picture of me. Like one of the many pictures of me with my lazy eye just fucking hanging, you know? I mean, that bitch be leaning. Like, I'm not lying, y'all. Whew. you know? But I think, she's not that bad. Now, what I will say, and this is the God's for honest truth. I do think that if both of my eyes were like the one that isn't lazy, I don't think I would like the way I look that much. Because when I cover the lazy eye and I look at my face with the one good eye, I guess, my one good eye, I'd be like, I just don't recognize her. Not that she looked bad. I just be like, that's not me. That's not me. So, and then I really wonder if I would like it if both my eyes were just, well, no, I guess I wouldn't, because it's lazy. Like, it's not cute. Like, it's not, I guess I just recognize the eye shape more. Anyway, Jesus. There is something else I want to talk about. Just like in my current living situation, I shared with you guys when I moved out of my parents' house here in Florida. Because it's been a fucking whirlwind ever since I got here. Still not a fan of the state. I'll say it every chance I get. And you know what? I want to change that. I want to change what I've been saying, because there's other parts of Florida that I really like. I don't like the city I'm in. So I do like Florida, because when I go outside of the city I live in, I'm like, oh, this is cute. This is nice. And then I come back home. Well, I like my neighborhood. I like my neighborhood in the city I live in. And outside of that, I don't like anything else. So, when I'm coming back into the city, I'm just like, fine. And then I pull in my neighborhood. I'm like, okay. But, so I guess I've been staying here for about 6 months now. Or longer or less. I honestly don't know. I pulled 6 out of my ass. And I just want to talk about, like, the mental freedom between living in an apartment and between living in a house. Now, before I talk about that, because it's going to sound like I'm in favor of a house, and I am for this specific conversation, but literally every other time, my ultimate goal and ultimate place of like living is 100% going to be a condo of some sort. Bitch, I'm not. Yeah. The house is cool right now, but bitch, we not. This ain't the. Yeah, y'all know what I'm trying to say. We all. Yeah, nah. But since staying in the house, and obviously I've lived in apartments before, the amount of times I can just scream in this bitch, and it's just calm. I mean, obviously my cats and shit be looking at me like, is everything okay? But the amount of times where I can have a mental breakdown, and obviously this is such a, like, obviously, it's like, bitch, the one good thing about living in a house is that you could be a fucking maniac. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah. Truthfully, like, I can really just set it off in this bitch, and then I don't have to, like, hide in the corner and like be afraid that somebody's gonna call the police on me, which happened before, which is this. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that, but yeah, it's just really nice how much like mental freedom I have in here, because it's just me and there's nobody like sharing a wall or like sharing a ceiling, or like my floor is their ceiling and shit. So when I like throw some shit down, I'm not like interrupting their children sleeping, or like wake up their fucking dog or something like that, or just concern the whole entire building. I don't know. I didn't expect to find that out, but it's really nice. Also, it's been raining a lot here in Florida, which I love rain, by the way, but I guess this is like Florida gets cold, don't get me wrong, but like I guess this is like early like seasonal depression. Not seasonal depression. Well, yeah, I guess it is. I can't really call it anything else, but I've just been, I can feel my body like getting into that mode of like just being fucking indifferent every day, all day. So having this house where I can just scream and cry, because sometimes I just scream. You know what I'm saying? Every single one of my friends or people that I'm around daily can 100% confirm that sometimes I just let shit out because I got to. You don't need to keep that shit in. If I keep it in, that's gonna do me some injustice. So I just be like, ah! I just get it out, you know? See, I just scared the fuck out of my cat. And I don't know why, because she should be used to that. But I like that. I really do. A little tease of, you know, what I was saying before. The last apartment I lived in, you know, I had a really, really bad mental breakdown. And my neighbors was like, I don't know who to call, but I'm going to call every fucking body because this bitch is in there trying to kill something or herself. And, you know, she was right. And they came and got me. So, but yeah. Yeah, living in a house is really nice. But I'm for sure a condo girl. Now, for the most common reasons, niggas don't want to really be living in a house. Now, I've got a good deal. I've got a homeboy out here that comes and like cuts the grass and all that shit. If something stopped working, he comes and fixes it. But you know, usually that's not how shit work. You live in a house, you gotta do that shit yourself. Or you gonna have to tussle with the landlord or something. I don't really know. But you know, in an apartment, you like, hey, maintenance, somebody come do this shit. And at least within 2-3 days, you had that shit fixed. But yeah, I just feel like my personality and I don't know, I just want to live in a apartment, like a condo, like a lofted condo. Zaria, hang up this goddamn. All right, I just want to live in a lofted condo. And I lived in one before in Indiana. It was perfect and it was very cheap. Indiana is just not a very good state, but yeah. Let's just move on, guys. Let's just go. Also, wait, before I move on, like, one more little point I want to make, since we're talking about, like, houses and shit like that, and just, like, where you want to end up. You guys ever, like, and you might even be one of these people, like, you ever see people post, like, their dream house, and it's, like, this fucking 1,000,000 square foot mansion. It's got, like, fucking a pool, a fountain and shit. It's got at least 8 bedrooms and shit. And it's just like, is that really your dream goal? And if so, like, how scared are you for the possibility to be that you might never get that? Because that's a lot. Like, that's a lot of fucking anything. It's going to take a lot of shit to get that. You know what I'm saying? That's not something you could just be like, oh, well, my grandpa died and he gave it to me. I mean, oh, well, hey, you know, for some people it is. But I'm talking to us, you know what I'm saying? Most of us, that's not some shit that you can just fall in your lap, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take a lot of time, sweat, blood, tears, effort, and financial correct decisions to get that shit. So when people have those aspirations, I'm just like, and they're starting from ground zero, by the way. No generational wealth, no fucking lottery. They're starting from the base ground and working their way up to getting there. I'm just like, how fucking terrified are you every single day if that's your dream goal? You know what I'm saying? Like, that might not fucking happen. Aren't you scared? And I just told y'all, my dream is like maybe a penthouse, and not even that. I just want a lofted condo. You know what I'm saying? Possibly on like maybe the 5th, 6th floor. I don't even want to be up there all the way up there for real, like that, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like that's the pinnacle of what I think I deserve. And it's just what I want. I have no desire to live in a mansion because I'm always going to feel like it's somebody in that bitch with me. I'm always going to feel like it's somebody creeping up behind me. And we've from episode 1, we already know I plan on living alone. So why would I want 8 rooms in that bitch? Because when I'm in the 7th room, I'm going to be like, it's a lot more motherfuckers in this house sleeping with me, and I just don't know. I just can't. So, in my mind, that, you know, that industrial lofted condo on the 6th floor, in my mind, that is the mansion. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know the point I'm trying to make, but it's just like, I'm even scared of, you know, what if I can't obtain that? What if I just get like a regular rinky-dink ass apartment, which is fine because having somewhere to live is cool as fuck. You know, even where I live now, it's the dopest shit ever. Love having my own place to live. But as far as like having like dreams and aspirations, especially of somewhere you want to live, it's just like, damn, like I might not get that. Like, And then, you know, the whole imposter syndrome thing is just like, niggas is really like, I don't know, like, niggas is really like on some like some fucking Penthouse fucking mentality and Guesthouse reality or some shit. I don't know. Like, it's just, it's so crazy how like you can really just like want to have all this shit, but it's like you gotta have so much shit to get it, and that's so scary, y'all. I really don't know the point I'm trying to make. I know I've been talking about this for like 17 minutes, but y'all like, oh, I'm not trying to even, I know y'all like, this bitch just down the fucking mood. Like, bitch, of course I want a mansion. How I'm gonna get it? Don't know. I don't know either. Isn't that crazy? How the fuck are we gonna do this, y'all? We gotta do it together. We gotta do it together. Y'all better start fucking. But then again, it's just like, and then this is the last ramble, y'all, I swear to God. But like, everybody says like, oh, this is the easiest era to make money in. All you gotta do is fucking record some shit. Or it's like, you know how many niggas I know record every fucking day? They get up every day on this content shit and like clockwork, upload, create, upload, post, upload. And these niggas are still sitting at 500 subscribers. No monetization, like nothing. It's just like, who is fishing around in this fucking luck of the draw ass hat, picking out these fucking names of people who get to pop off and experience, you know, just financial freedom based on the content that they create. You know what I'm saying? It's a wild world. It's a wild world because it is so easy, but it's just like, it could also never be fucking you. That's so scary. That's so scary. Because no matter what the fuck you want, no matter what you do, you could be doing the same shit, even better than some other niggas that got it. And it could still just never be you because that's just how the fuck shit is. But nah, it is gonna be you. And it's gonna be me, bitch. It is gonna be you. It's gonna be fucking you. You listening right now, whatever the fuck you got going on, it's gonna pop off. It's gonna pop off. Just watch. It might not be this year and it might not be next year. But fucking a year after that, bitch, you got it. We got it. It's fine. I kind of just freaked myself out a little bit there. But we reeled it back in. We got it. This shit has literally no choice but to pop off. And I know you feel the same way about your shit too. So it's calm. It's cool. All right, guys. I have reached my 30-minute limit, of course. I said I was only going to do a short episode just because, you know, I originally wasn't feeling up to it. But, you know, we ended up at 42. So I'm definitely going to chop some shit down. You know, you guys are feeling good. I hope you guys are doing good, and I hope you guys are eating good, because those three are the most important things on the planet. Thank you so much for listening. If you have listened to the end, please do all the things that I said in the video: like, comment, subscribe. Please tell me how you're doing, how you're feeling, and if you enjoy these episodes. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.